Welcome back, this is RB Sensei. If you like this video at any point, like and comment. It's the only way we'll grow. Now let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
That's the that truly sucks the joy out of life.
Everyone always says it's gonna be okay, but no one really knows that. That's just what you say. I just feel like it's a little bit unfair. I'm so over waiting. Like, when is it gonna be my turn?
And it's funny. The reason it's so funny is because when they're on top, they don't care about you at all.
Probably
What did
never.
I do wrong?
Probably everything.
The thing is, I don't even want to be getting married or having kids right now, but I'm just starting to get nervous. What is wrong with me?
You be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
Look, like I said, what's wrong with you is you're going after a certain guy. And you thought being cute would be enough to land that guy. No, you actually have to have a good personality. No, you actually got to have good character. No. I can keep going on and on and on. You actually have to not be big on social media. Huge turnoff for anything serious. It's going to be your turn when you're willing to date a 7 guy. 7 across the board. 7 in charisma, 7 in looks, 7 in height. 7 across the board, not 7 foot.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
I hope that helped you out a lot. And stop seeking attention on the internet, by crime. That'll help you too.
I don't know why it's so easy for some people. I just feel like I'm never gonna find the person, if I even have a person.
There's no person. There's plenty of people who you will be compatible with if you get off your freaking high horse. Fairy tales aren't real. There's no special one soulmate that you're supposed to meet when you're at the grocery store and you just happen to bump into them. It's not gonna happen like that.
And I don't want to sit around swiping on fucking dating apps
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
and going on these first dates where you just sit down and you're like, let's see if we like each other. It just feels so forced. I don't want to be alone forever. I feel like we're playing musical chairs, and if I don't spend time on it right now, then I'm going to be the last one standing up when everyone sits down and everyone's going to get married and start having kids, and then I'm just going to be like the last single person and no one is going to have time for me.
Learn to love it because you have no choice.
Like, I didn't have a bad childhood. It wasn't like super traumatic. But then, like, if it wasn't purity culture that messed me up and made me afraid to like date and take risks, then what is it? Like, why am I such a pussy? I just feel like I'm always working so hard on something. I'm always working toward a goal. Like, when is it going to be my turn to like...
Maybe that was your problem. Young women need to focus on locking down a man in high school. 14 to 22 is the time to lock down your partner. Don't even focus on your grades.
What kind of shit is that?
Because getting good grades and going to college and all that, that's just going to make you less compatible with a man. Because you're going to think you a fucking know-it-all.
I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better.
We all know this woman has an inbox full right now. She could find a boyfriend tonight if she really wanted to. With great character. Never give sympathy to these attractive women crying on the internet. Ever. They put themselves in this situation. They're going to try to spin it like it wasn't their fault. It's always their fault.
You don't know that.
Not all, but most.
and fall in love and relax and like chill. Even with content has been so cool over the past few months, but I still don't feel like I'm in a place where I have like such an engaged community that I can relax. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what people want to see from me, and that's
And you need to be worrying about what your future husband want to see from you. And he don't want to see you focusing on what your community want to see from you.
You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
It's all starting to make sense now, isn't it, fellas?
so consuming, and when stuff doesn't do well, it just feels like my life isn't interesting enough. God,
It definitely
I
isn't.
always used to say that, like, how can you even record if you're that upset?
Fellas, could you do something with this? Could you work with her? You know what I would say. But I'm curious what you think. One night stand? 3-month fling? Or not touch her with a 10-foot pole?
Honestly, ladies, the bar right now is just so incredibly low that, like, the conversations between me and my other girlfriends will be like, oh my god, this new guy I'm talking to, like, he asks me questions. And everyone will be like, he asks you questions? Oh, where did you find him? Does he have a friend?
Men are inside of women's down their guys are literally into a girl's
We'll return after these messages.
Hey folks, we'll be back to the video in a second. Be sure to like and comment anything under the video. It's the only thing that's going to help us grow and blow this channel up. But you know how tired I get listening to these dingbats? Really, go ahead and support the content by joining the Patreon or the YouTube membership. For low as $5 a month, you get access to 1 or 2 exclusive videos a week, as well as getting access to my videos 1 day early. The YouTube membership is $10 a month for the convenience of not having to leave YouTube, or you could sign up on Patreon or Subscribestar for $5 a month.
Hell no!
Long John Ron doesn't have to ask questions. He'll just let you talk or not talk. It doesn't matter. He's gonna get his peen wet one way or another. He don't gotta be inquisitive. But see, these ladies always leave out the important parts. The bar's in hell when it come to character. The bar isn't in hell when it come to height, looks, and charisma and popularity. They keep that bar in the heavens, but they never talk about that part. When they say the bar's in hell, they're talking about character. The bar ain't in hell when it come to good D, and how can he boost my status, and how jealous will my girlfriends be, to see me with him. That bar stay on Mars. Bars.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
This new generation of men are pissing me the off.
Good.
Like, okay, not all men, for y'all that are gonna come and say that yes, not all men. But apparently, all the men that seem to want to slide in my DMs are like this.
I mean, how ghetto is that? Very.
No, all the guys that slide in your DMs that are super handsome and tall are like that. You completely ignore 80% of your DMs. Please don't leave that out. Now see, it's one thing to have long nails as a woman. It's another thing to literally have sharp claws like a cat. Or shall I say, like a demon. I think that's more fitting. If long ghetto nails are a red flag, sharp, long demon nails are a black flag. That's all I'm saying, fellas. What other red flags can we see? How many earrings does she have in her ear? That's a red flag. Those eyelashes look fake. Red flag. The fact that she cuss every other word. Red flag. The fact that she has a TikTok. Red flag. The fact that she's online bashing men. Red flag. Let me know if I missed anything below, fellas.
Right? Y'all will come and say that you don't want a girl that's gonna you on the first date, but then when I say, okay, like, because I don't do that anyway, but I'm like, okay, so I expect you to take me on a nice date, I want flowers, all that right? Because it's a investment, bro. I'm looking for a husband, I'm not looking for a buddy.
Have you ever wanted to believe in something, even though you knew it couldn't be true? Did you ever want to believe it so bad you didn't pay attention to what your common sense was telling you?
The worst investment a man can make is into a woman, honestly. Even if she turns out to be a good woman, you're still going to end up with an older, fatter, bitchin' woman. It's a great investment for a woman to get a husband. It's a terrible investment for a man to get a wife.
What an am I right?
She gains stability and financial security and protection and credibility amongst her friends and family. What does a man gain? A fucking leech. A nagging leech. Over-emotional, nagging, overbearing leech most of the time. Who's going to criticize you every step of the way even if you're an awesome man. Women always find something to complain about. And let's just say you was just trying to hit. Any money you spend over $100 to $150 trying to hit this chick you whining and dining, it was a terrible investment. You should have just went straight to the streetwalker.
That is correct.
Freaky, dicky business.
God, you're sick.
But then you're like, as soon as I'm like, yeah, I want a nice date with flowers and I want it to be nice. And they're like, okay, so what do I get in return?
Exactly.
Like, huh? I know that they're talking about this is the thing. They're like, oh, so, yeah, what do I get in return? I'm like, well, you either want a girl that doesn't on the first date or you want in return.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, yeah. A guy can want to go on a few dates with a woman and still want something in return and it not be on the first date. Your brain not working properly. A man shouldn't have to keep spending all this money just to sit with a dingbat who ain't going to be talking about nothing anyway. Women hate an equal exchange when it comes to men and women. A woman's nature is to get more from you than she put in, no matter what. Never forget that. That's her nature. To give you as little as possible and get the most as possible. If you ever meet a woman who's willing to give you more than she takes, that's a man. Get the fuck out of there. If it's not a man, then maybe she is worth considering making a live-out girlfriend at best, with no kids.
You can't have it both ways. Because in my opinion, what you get in return for taking me out on a nice date and buying me some flowers is then on the next day, I will cook for you.
Holy mother, she's stupid. She is so stupid.
Do you know what I mean? And if anyone wants to sit there and be like, it's not the same, it is. I'm taking time out of my day to cook something nice for you, out of my pocket, out of my fridge and my fucking food. So yeah, I would do that.
Wow. What? Oh my God. Word.
Okay, so me going out and spending $400 on a date gets me a chance to come over your house so you can cook me chicken Alfredo. That costs you $20 to, make from going to the grocery store. Something ain't, adding up here. The whole math ain't mathing. And let's be real, most men don't actually like going on dates with women. They're dry as they don't have anything to talk about. All the pressure is on you to keep up the conversation and be exciting. It's not really an enjoyable situation for most men.
But that's the mathematical reality.
So not only do you owe me back for the money I spent, you owe me back for the mental turmoil and stress and just bullshit.
But it's like you guys come with the wrong energy. Y'all straight away are just like, so what do I get in return? Well, now, nothing. And you know what? You don't even get the fucking date either.
Well, that's totally fine. I have no issue with that.
Because that energy ain't husband material to me. That's not husband material.
Look, 1,000,000 rings on your hand isn't wife material. Cussing like a sailor on the internet isn't wife material. Having 20 rings on your hand isn't wife material. Having Catwoman nails isn't wife material.
Etc., 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 etc.
You shouldn't say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.